That was an outstanding win for Australia and some great cricket play today, the second of the double-header matches here at the Gabba. Tony Grieg is down the presentation area now with the two skippers and the player of the match.
It certainly was, Rich. Thank you very much. And I've got $5,000 allocated out of that kitty by the Australian Cricket Board and $3,000 on this occasion to Allan Border. Congratulations.
Thanks, Tony.
That is a tremendous victory.
Yes, you know, one of our best performances, I think, to date. So we seem to be getting better and better. So I'm pretty happy with the way things are going.
And you seem to be in a position as well where you can change that extra bowler around at willy-nilly, and you can do the same with the batting. Today you sent Stephen Waugh in one place up the order.
Well, it's just one of those situations where Stephen hasn't had a decent hit.
For the test match. Well, we've also got the Man of the Match award here, and this Baccarat Crystal decanter, which will no doubt be filled up on this occasion by some Victorian red, I should think, plus a cheque for $500 to the man of the match without doubt today, Dean Jones. Well played.
Thanks, Tony.
Well, now, was that any different? I mean, they keep saying that you're the best one-day player in the world. I know you get all embarrassed about things like this, but I mean, that was absolutely superb today. Did you feel better today than, I mean, that you just seemed to come out there, hit it off the middle of the bat. Did you feel great?
Actually, I felt a little bit scratchy early and had a couple of inside edges that could have gone on the stumps and a little bit wide.
There was one, I remember, yeah.
So, but it's just great batting with Geoff Marsh at times. You know, he settles you down and keeps you being positive, and he's a great runner between wickets. As
a matter of interest, does the fact that you've got lots of batting down the bottom relieve the pressure at the top a little bit? I mean, once or twice over the years, we've sort of criticised the top end for being a little slow. Chaps like Marsh, who's a totally different player now perhaps to what he was 4 or 5 years ago, because he's incredible in one-day cricket. With all that batting down the bottom, does that sort of make you feel as if you've really got to go for it, or you just do it?
I think it just gives you added confidence really to try and hit the ball, because if you don't come off like today, I've got Steve Waugh, Mark Waugh, Allan Border and some great hitting down below with Simon O'Donnell. So it just gives me a lot of confidence. If I get out, well, I get out. There's no hell of a big problem, especially if I'm making runs at the time. So it just gives great confidence for you to hit the ball down the ground and go for fours, especially in the first 15 overs.
This philosophy about dropping a player and sort of giving everyone a go, given that you say Allan Border turned around to you tomorrow and said, sorry, Dino, you're not playing. We're going to give someone else a chance for the next match. Would that worry you?
Oh, I might pull up a bit sore tomorrow, so I won't mind at all. But no, that's part of the caper. You know, everyone's got to get a hit, and if the AB says to me, have a rest, well, that's fine, as long as we win. That's the major thing.
Well played today. You won easy. Well done.
Thanks for benches and edges. A great award. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Well, there we are. A tremendous innings from Dean Jones today, and back to you, Richie.
Thanks, Tony. Tony Grieg with the two skippers and player of the match, Dean Jones. One of the best one-day innings I've seen. Now, it's all reflected in the scorecards. This is the way it happened out there today. The Australians won the toss. First time Allan Border's won the toss for quite some time. And 5 for 283 was their result. Absolutely brilliant. The second wicket stand between Marsh and Jones, 185, and that's a record for Australia for the second wicket in limited overs internationals. And Jones himself, 145 in just 133 balls. Super partnership, Marsh, 82 from 123. Then there was a bit of a slog where there were a couple of wickets lost, Mark Waugh and Simon O'Donnell. O'Donnell first ball, and Steve Waugh and Allan Border were not out, 14 and 4 respectively. For the full 50 overs, 5 for 283. Now, in reply, England fell well short of that, 7 for 246. Once they got 1 or 2 losses there at the top with Gooch and Lamb going, as the England skipper said, and the 2 run-outs. They were struggling, but they got their run rate up. They were still quite a few runs short, 37 in all. 1 or 2 points out of that innings. That was Allan Border's 98th catch in limited overs internationals when he caught Allan Lamb, and Simon O'Donnell's 100th wicket when Wayne Larkins played on. 7 for 246, a very sensible innings from Philip DeFreitas, 49 not out from 57 balls, did just the right thing down the bottom. And once again, young Martin Bicknell, for whom I've a lot of time as a promising cricketer, he came in there and hit 25 from 25 balls. He took a bit of stick with the ball from Dean Jones, but a lot of people have had that happen to them over the years. He's got a bit about him, Bicknell. He's a hard trier, and they finished with 7 for 246. The highlight of the day, though, definitely for me, Dean Jones and the way he batted, and here is what happened.
No slip in, and a boundary for Dean Jones. In the air and away from Angus Fraser. 2 boundaries from 2 balls. Dean Jones starting to hit his stride.
Oh, he smashed that one. That'll end up in Coco's. It's gone miles. It's a big 6. Huge 6 there from Dean Jones. He's decided to let loose, and he's smashed it down towards that sign down there. Down the wicket he goes again. That's straight. It's going to be into the fence on 1 bounce. Hit that in the air as well, and it's going to go to the fence too.
Jones gets that through the gap. That's 4. Beautifully placed. He was stretching to get to it, got it right off the meat of the bat and raced away for 4. Oh, that's complete arrogance there from Jones. He's charged the ball. He's hit straight through the line to a vacant mid-off position.
And good running again, pressure on the fielder. And Jones 100, a brilliant innings. Wonderful stuff from Dean Jones here at the Gabba today in the second of these double-header matches. It's his 7th limited overs 100. He joins Geoff Marsh, having made 7. And it's the 31st limited overs 100 for Australia. It's a great performance. Magnificent. There's a man at deep mid-wicket. Straight onto the dog track. Over the top again, over the top of the fielder, but not quite over the top of the fence. Oh, just reach out and catch it, Jeffrey. What a magnificent hit.
Well, he's just tearing Martin Bicknell apart. He really doesn't know where to bowl.
Another 4. Now, it's not like Angus Fraser to stray there. He's trying to get the Yorker in, trying to jam it in under the bat. But he's just got it down on leg stump.
Oh, he smashed that one away too. That's 6 to a real flat 6. A magnificent shot from Dean Jones.
It really was great stuff. Incidentally, when I talked about Simon O'Donnell getting his 100th wicket in limited overs internationals, he became the 17th player in those matches to do so, and the 2nd Australian after Dennis Lilly. Back here at the Gabba in just a moment. Welcome back to the Gabba. We've had marvellous entertainment here today, and just a couple of reminders before we leave you for the weekend. First of all, the Commonwealth Bank coaching tape. That's the 9 Wide World of Sports coaching tape, which is, I think, the best of its type I've ever seen produced. It's videotape, and we've used all actual situations for the last 13 years. The 9 network has been televising cricket, and it's all on there with the most helpful coaching hints. It's a very, very good tape. $17, and you must apply through the Commonwealth Bank, and that $17 includes postage, and it is purely at cost price. The Benson Hedges World Series Cup points table as it stands at the moment. First of all, you have Australia having won all 5 matches, 10 points. England 4, New Zealand 4, and England have gone ahead on the run rate now, and that'll be a great comfort to them. The match coming up now, next game in the World Series Cup, is Australia v New Zealand at Hobart, Tuesday the 18th of December. Tickets, entertainment, that's 002 if you're outside Tassie, 310303. So that game coming up, very important. The one here, the double-header, absolutely magnificent for the moment. Good night.
Stay tuned now. Coming up next, the latest National 9 news, sport and weather with Joe Hall, followed by Our World.
This has been another presentation from Nine's Wide World of Sports.